Hi friends, welcome to One India News Hour. Economic impact of COVID. Wondering how the recovery would look like. The coronavirus pandemic has demonstrated how vulnerable our business and financial services landscape is. With the world now preparing for its first recession triggered solely by a pandemic since 1870, we know that business recovery will be slow and could continue to be painful for many, and so financial institutions must make payments as seamless as possible to facilitate circulations and remain relevant. This will be a war, and in every war there is always something to gain and something to lose. Many people have lost their jobs or have seen their incomes cut due to the coronavirus crisis. As a result, unemployment rates have increased across major economies. If the economy is growing, that generally means more wealth and more new jobs. It is measured by looking at the percentage change in gross domestic product or the value of goods and services produced, typically over 3 months or a year. But the IMF says that the global economy will shrink by 3% this year. It described the decline as the worst since the Great Depression of the 1930s. The current pandemic has magnified pre-existing risks to India's economic outlook. At the same time, the banks give consideration to segments, proportions and product features they should take into account the winners and losers in payments. The consumer is increasingly comfortable with formless, tokenized, contactless transactions as bricks and mortar and travel have lost out to online and stay at home. We believe that cash has become less popular as a result of COVID-friendlier alternatives. Let's look into today's headlines in One India. Why does Microsoft still want to buy TikTok? After aiming to buy TikTok's US, Canada, Australia and New Zealand business, Microsoft might be looking to include the Indian and European regions in the deal as well. However, sources said ByteDance may sell the business to foreign or local buyers and would also look to license its technology and share revenue with new investors. Microsoft earlier announced it was exploring the purchase of the service in the US, Canada, Australia and New Zealand. Now the question arises, if it is not secured right now, then after Microsoft buys TikTok, how would it secured? Twitter caught for using your two-factor authentication phone numbers for marketing. When the platform is ready with the huge users database, then a technology company can do anything as things are moving towards fast track of digitization. The same way, Twitter was caught using the phone numbers people gave it for two-factor authentication and later used them for notification or market purposes, which was also previously done by Facebook. US bans TikTok. US President Donald Trump has signed executive orders banning popular Chinese apps such as TikTok and WeChat, terming them as threats to national security and the country's economy. The ban comes into effect in 45 days, Trump said. With this announcement, it has erased $34.6 billion from the internet giant's market value and sending the yuan to its biggest slump in 2 weeks. It clearly shows that in the case of TikTok, the US government is effectively negotiating in public a sale between a foreign company, ByteDance, and an American company, Microsoft. Google India partners with Maharashtra government to bring digital learning platform. Google joined hands with Maharashtra government to provide its digital classroom services. With this, it became the first Indian state to adopt Google technologies, which would impact over 1 lakh schools that roughly cover over 1.23 crore students and teachers. The National Education Policy lays the foundation for the new India. NEP 2020 is aimed at keeping Indian talent in India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said this initiative is emphasizing the shift away from rote learning and towards a focus on creating and innovative thinking. He further said there had been no major changes in the education system for many years, resulting in the promotion of a herd mentality in Indian society. So far, the focus has been on what to think. The NEP enhances a shift in approach to focus on how to think instead. Air India plane overshoots runway in Kozhikode. Vande Bharat flight of Air India Express flight from Dubai skidded off the runway and broke up into two while landing at the Karipur airport in Kozhikode on Friday night. The flight IX-1344 landed at the airport at around 7:40 p.m. There were 174 passengers, 10 infants, 2 pilots and 5 cabin crew on board on the aircraft. Out of this, 20 killed, 123 injured, with many people are said to be grievously injured. The teams of the National Disaster Response Force were rushed to the spot for rescue operations. Intel Capital President Wendell Brooks resigns. President of Intel Capital, Wendell Brooks, has resigned to pursue other opportunities. Anthony Lin, who joined Intel's M&A team in 2008, will lead Intel Capital temporarily. Brooks, who joined Intel in 2014, was responsible for all areas of strategic growth, including M&A and new business incubation, among other things. Intel Capital will be investing rupees 1,895 crores in Geo Platforms. Serum Institute ties up with Gates Foundation for 100 million vaccine doses for India. Serum Institute of India said on Friday it would receive $150 million in funding from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and the GAVI Vaccine Alliance to make 100 million COVID-19 vaccine doses for India and other emerging economies as early as 2021. The Gates Foundation will provide the funds to GAVI, which will be used to support Serum Institute. Sources said GAVI is backed by the Gates Foundation. India's smartphone market set to recover in festive season, says IDC. After a steep decline of over 50% in Q2, the Indian smartphone market is set for a gradual recovery in the second half as the country enters the festive season, the IDC India said. The surge in demand is expected to continue throughout the first half of third quarter 2020 as well, requiring a steady supply of devices in the market. ASUS unveils Zephyrus G14 with AMD Ryzen 4000 series processors. ASUS has launched the Zephyrus Z14 gaming-centric laptop in India, emphasizing thin and light as its prime focus for the first time for a gaming laptop in 14-inch form factor with powerful AMD Ryzen 4000 series HS processors will provide unrivaled performance to gamers and content creators. Chrysler announced that this will perhaps be India's worst recession since independence. State Bank of India research estimates a contraction of over 40% in the GDP in Q1 FY21. The contraction will not be uniform, rather it will differ according to various parameters such as state and sectors. COVID update. The number of reported coronavirus cases from India stood at 20,86,203 with the death toll at 42,580. India on Friday recorded 62,538 new cases. To sum up, unemployment rose from 6.7% on 15th March to 26% on 19th April and then back down to pre-lockdown levels by mid-June. During the lockdown, an estimated 14 crores, that is 140 million people lost employment while salaries were cut for many others. More than 45% of households across the nation have reported an income drop as compared to the previous year. The Indian economy was expected to lose over 32,000 crores, that is $4.5 billion every day during the first 21 days of complete lockdown, which was declared following the coronavirus outbreak. Under complete lockdown, less than a quarter of India's $2.8 trillion economy movement was functional. Up to 53% of businesses in the country were projected to be significantly affected. Supply chains have been put under stress with the lockdown restrictions in place. Initially, there was a lack of clarity in streamlining what is essential and what is not. Those in the informal sectors and daily wage groups have been at the most risk. A large number of farmers around the country who grow perishables also faced uncertainty. Major companies in India have temporarily suspended or significantly reduced operations. Young startups have been impacted as funding has fallen. Fast-moving consumer goods companies in the country have significantly reduced operations and are focusing on essentials. Both policy and politics will have to play an important role to elevate this. Bad policy can derail economic revival. Good policies can ensure that the suffering of the masses is minimized. Let's wind up for the day, but do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. Please download the War India app for the latest news and updates, which is available on Google Play Store. Stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.